Hi class, how you doing? I just thought I'd make my video outside today in God's beautiful creation, even though I'm standing between a building and a dumpster. Hope you're doing great. I just had a couple things for this week, nothing big. One, you're doing perfect. The class is moving along just fine. I guess one thing I just want to beef up our discussions a little bit, and if you need to beef up your reflection paper, if I give you any hints there, I was thinking about two things in my car ride today about what would make our pieces a little stronger, and I thought I'll just go ahead and make sure everyone understands, or if you've ever heard of what's called Bloom's Taxonomy. And I think this is what I think of when I'm trying to beef up my work a little bit. Is on Bloom's Taxonomy that it's about the levels of thought process in academia or just in life. And there's 6 levels. And the lowest level is called knowledge level. Knowledge level is real simple. You read something and you can summarize it. It's about a middle school year's skill. So, am I wearing glasses? Yes, I'm wearing glasses. The knowledge is I wear glasses sometimes. So that's knowledge level, thinking you know facts. My hair is blonde. I live in Colorado. Facts, and you can regurgitate facts. The next level up's understanding level. So it's when you read something and you're really starting to digest it. Like I read glasses because I'm slightly nearsighted and I've got a astigmatism, so they help when I drive. And I'm also wearing them because I got this huge scar from having surgery, so it kind of helps not look as bad. So now you're starting to understand something about me and not just the fact. The next layer up, and hopefully this isn't dumb or you haven't, maybe you've heard of this so you can click off this video now, but if you haven't, this might help you, is called application level thinking. And that's when you start to take information that you're learning and applying it to your own life. And you're saying, okay, when I read this passage or watch this video, how do I react to it that someone else wouldn't? Is it because I grew up in Colorado in the suburbs, or because my parents have certain kinds of jobs, or because of your economic status? And you start to think through, maybe it's because of my Christian values, for example. And so using application level, you start to think, oh, I know how this applies to me because. And then the next layer up after application level, and one way, by the way, an application level is when you're doing the discussions and on the rubric it says your own critical thinking of your own life. That's one of the rubric points, is starting to think critically for how it applies to you. Then the next layer up gets a little complicated. It's called synthesis. And when you synthesize information, it's like when you have a video, an article to read, you're also reading a chapter in a book, and you start to make the connection. What's connecting all of these ideas together, and how are they feeling about it? Is someone more negative, positive? What's an outside source I could bring in? Maybe it's something I learned at a sermon in church, or maybe it is a movie that I recently watched with my family that helps strengthen this idea. And so when you guys are talking to each other in the discussion board, or when you are trying to write your initial post, or you're writing a reflection, you're synthesizing between a lot of information. So if you only focus on one and regurgitate it, that's the lowest level thinking skill. Now you want to work up to synthesis. How can I start pulling in all these ideas that have been shaping for a couple weeks, and my own life, and what I learned in high school and in my other college courses, from my family, from my personal challenges growing up, from my economic status, anything about you, now you're synthesizing. And then the very highest level thinking skill, the top rung, is called evaluation level. There's a couple different kinds of Bloom's Taxonomy. So if you Google it, the new school way is called creating, where you create, or you take all this information, all this knowledge, and then you propose a brand new way of thinking about it. And that's the highest level. That would be someone who's going for a PhD. For example, they're creating their own idea that they're going to publish, study, and present to a board of doctors who are going to say, yes, that is a valid piece of academics. Where a thesis statement, a thesis paper for a master's degree is pulling in tons of research. You're learning how to research, but it is not necessarily your own ideas. It's really researching a topic and backing an argument. So just letting you guys know about Bloom's taxonomy. Maybe it's something you could start thinking about this week to up your post, up your writing, get a little stronger, and enhance all of your scores on the rubric. All right, have a super day.